Hi there and welcome to this video on Vpix. Now if you've never heard of Vpix beforehand, Vpix are a company that make very differently designed plectrums. Certainly not like regular plectrums in that they are a lot more chunky and they have a very different design in the way that they're shaped, and they come in a wide variety of different shapes, all to fit the purposes of different guitar players. The one I have here is the Vipond Dimension, which I'll go into a little bit more detail later on, but first I'd just like to compare it to a regular plectrum just so you can see the differences that we have here. So we've got a normal plectrum here. First thing you'll notice is that the Vipond is much thicker and also has these tapered edges at the side, but at least this particular design does as well. Whereas a normal plectrum, it's just flat all the way across. So you can see it's very different in that sort of respect. And this has a lot of advantages for the guitar player. First thing is that it's made of this kind of thick sort of acrylic perspex type material, which when warmed up actually clings to your hand remarkably well. I've had problems with plectrums in the past slipping away from my grip because I get very sweaty hands when I play, but I've never had problems with a Vipond moving around, despite its very sort of smooth finish. You can take a look at that. It's a very sort of it's a very clean cut plectrum, very well made. The other advantage is that because it's a lot thicker than your regular plectrums, you'll find you won't need to actually grip it with your hand as hard. Now anybody who's had wrist or forearm problems will know that if you hold it too hard it can just cause a lot of tension and a lot of very uncomfortable feelings, maybe even shooting pains going down your arm. Now I was getting this using other plectrums, so I switched to Vpix on the recommendation of a friend, and I found it much easier to be able to sort of develop my technique and do the things I wanted to be able to do. Now I actually went back to using regular plectrums and these pains started coming back up in my arm, because this was a recurring problem that I had for years, and so I went back to Vpix again and the problems have gone away. So thank you very much Vpix. You've continued my life as a guitar player, and thank you very much for that. So, we're going to go into now a little bit more about this particular plectrum, the Vipond Dimension, and why this makes it special, and why this makes it different from other plectrums that are out there. Right, so this is a brand new Vipond Dimension, just received it a few days ago, and this is a good view of how the sort of plectrum, you know, how brand new one of these plectrums looks, because you've got a couple of different edges on here that can be used to create different sounds with the plectrum. You've got a very sort of sharp, pointed edge there. Great for shredding, gives a really nice bright sound, and a couple of rounded corners here which you can use instead to give like a warmer, sort of fatter tone, which I'll be demonstrating in a second. Just to compare it, there's a sort of a regular sized plectrum there, well used at the end there, and so you can see it's really not that much bigger than a regular sort of sized plectrum. And just turning these around as well so you can get a better view of the edge, you can see at the Vipond there its size is a lot fatter, and that's where the gripping sort of thing comes from that I was talking about earlier on. Right, so let's take a listen to the different sounds that this plectrum can give you. Okay, so let's compare some of the different sounds that you can get from this plectrum. I'm going to start first by using the sharper point that comes with this. So feels great. This feels very responsive. It's easily as responsive as any other plectrum, probably a lot more so as well, because you don't have to grip it as hard, and so you don't get the tension associated in your wrist with normal ones. Okay, and then around the corner as well, what we have here is the more sort of duller, flatter sides, and these can be used as well, great for rhythm work to sort of fatten up lines. Okay, but also for your lead stuff as well. Great for sort of you're just producing a little bit of a duller sound there, so you can chop and change between the two pretty much on the spot, depending on how good you are spinning the plectrum around. Okay, so check it out and see what you can do. Here's a video demonstration of me jamming over a backing track using the Vipond Dimension.